Hi BookTube. It's Friday again. So excited. So I'm going to do a Friday reads. I hope your week is going well. Mine was like really long. It felt like a Friday would never get here. But I'm glad it is. For some reason Thursday felt like Friday. So I was like, going in today, it felt like, oh, I'm like working an extra day. But no. So yeah. These are the books I'm going to be reading this weekend. Because I'm participating in so many different reading challenges and readathons, and especially with the Mammoth, I thought I'd take it easy this weekend, just to give myself a head start on the Mammoth. The first Mammoth I decided to tackle, I based that off of which one is due back in the library first, and this one has a bunch of holds on it, so I was like, I need to read this one before I have to give it up. And it's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I love this cover with the dragon on it. And I just started it over my lunch break at work. And so far what I've gathered is it's like an east and a west side. So you're getting like two different storylines. I'm sure eventually they're going to merge together. When he's here, of course, purring and rubbing against the tablet like normal. But yeah, it's good so far. Like the magic, I gather from what I read is, of course there's dragons involved, looking at the cover. One of the sides is, I can't remember the name of the character, but she is becoming a dragon rider. And the dragons are really cool. They're not like the typical dragons I've seen, like, you know, like with wings and stuff. There's like I said, there's only a few. I guess it's rare for the dragons to have wings in this story. So, yeah, but she wants to be a dragon rider because they can fly through some device on their forehead that allows them to get into the air. It sounds bizarre, but the story's written pretty good. I think I'm like 5% in. So I'm going to chip away at this Mammoth this weekend. And the other read along I'm working on this weekend is a reread for me, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Steve Donahue is doing that read along every Sunday. It's 15 chapters a week, and so I'm planning to read the 15 chapters to be caught up with his reading challenge. And I'm really looking forward to rereading it. I looked back, and I think I've only read it once, so this will be my second reread. But I've watched the movie and the TV adaptations many times, so I know the story. But it'd be cool to go back and actually read, you know, the original. This next one is another one I'm going to be starting. Is Courting Morrow Little by Laura France. And this is about a family. Her family's torn apart by Shawnee warriors. And it's like a forbidden love story. It says like several men are like vying for attention and who she's going to be chosen, who she's choosing, and I guess the one she ends up wanting to pick, it says forbidden love because it terrifies and intrigues her, and this is a romance that I was planning to read in February, but I got moved over, so I wanted to get this one out of the way since it's carrying over from February. And this last one, I chose a children's book because I'm reading a Mammoth and Pride and Prejudice, so I want to take it easy this weekend. Because like I said, I had a really long weekend, so a children's book would fit the bill. And this is Hatchet by Gary Paulson. And I don't really know much about the story, but it says Brian is on his way to Canada to visit his estranged father when the pilot of a small prop plane suffers a heart attack. Brian is forced to crash land the plane in a lake and finds himself stranded in the remote Canadian wilderness with only his clothing and a hatchet his mother gave him as a present before his departure. And so I really like adventure tales, especially, you know, set in like the Canadian wilderness or Alaska. And I read Gary Paulson's other book, his Life with Dogs, and that mentioned a lot about the dogs he had during like the Iditarod with the, you know, dog sledding. And so I know he's had real life experiences with, you know, the really cold northern landscape, and so I'm pretty sure he's going to write it really well because, you know, he's pulling from, you know, what he's witnessed himself, and his writing was really good. So these are the 4 books. 2 I'm hoping to finish, read and finish, and then the other 2 just chip away at. It would be great. Would be a good start. Because it's only March 1st, but I know I want to have a good beginning of March, because if I don't, then I think I'll just feel overwhelmed and stressed with all these books I'm planning to read. So yeah, let me know what you're going to be reading this weekend, and yeah, thanks. See you soon, book 2.